Hey there everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, do you all remember something? Previously, like approximately months back, we have started our Django Generative AI playlist. And yeah, it's been more time since we haven't completed that particular playlist. And even I saw my previous video related to Django Generative AI where I showed a notebook implementation of RAG, how you can do notebook implementation and how you can set up a quadrant vector database and connect it with your particular project. And we are going to use Grok API here. Yes, you heard it right. We were using Grok API and Llama model from that, which is free and anyone can use it. So that notebook implementation was done. After that, I did not get any time to actually record this end-to-end video, and due to some multiple issues and multiple projects I was working on, so I was not able to make time specifically to record end-to-end project video, and there were some other issues actually. So I thought today let's complete this complete end-to-end production level project from very basic project creation to dockerizing it and deploying the Docker container on your AWS server and also making it as a live website. Everything will be covered in this particular video. I don't want to make it another delay. This will be the final video of our Django Generative AI playlist, where very basic project setup to an advanced dockerizing and end-to-end video deployment, or you can say end-to-end project deployment, everything will be completed in this one video only. Just stay till the end of this particular video. Since I am completing this particular playlist, I am expecting you all at least hit the subscribe button and like the video. I am expecting at least 1000 likes for this particular end-to-end project where we are going to completely productionize and deploy the project. So guys, now let's get started. And before that, if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe the channel on the bell notification. Now let's get started. So guys, first let us start with our basic setup here. So to set this particular project, what we need to first do is go to our GitHub. So yes, you all heard it right. We need to go to GitHub. And in GitHub, so just click on new repo, and in new repo, so you have to give the project name. I would say that this particular project is an end-to-end prod project. So QA project is what I have selected. Description, so we don't need to write it, it's optional. Add the readme file, and gitignore template is important, so just select here for Python specifically. So we need a Python gitignore template. Choose the license, so go with Apache 2.0 or any license will work, it's not a problem since the repo will be public only. After this, just copy this particular repo link, go back, open, and here select a new folder. Folder name will be project. So project, and inside this I would open my terminal, and in terminal I will just say here git clone and the repo which you want to clone. Enter. Now the repo will start to clone here. So the repo has been successfully cloned here. Now open this and left click, open with VS Code. So this is our first basic setup. We need to set up the project and we have done with it. So we have set it up. So now you all can see here it's available here. Okay, everything is done. So what next? The next thing what we need to do is we need to open our project. Here you can see. Okay, so here first thing what we need to do is we have to open a new terminal. So select command prompt instead of PowerShell. So yeah, let me show you. Many of them might be having this confusion as well. How to select command prompt in VS Code. So just select this, click on this, and you will have all the terminals available here, and select command prompt here. You can delete the PowerShell. PowerShell is not required because command prompt is very easy to execute and you can easily enter the commands as well. And now here what you need to do, you need to write the command. Okay. Fine. Yes, you need to write the command here, conda create hyphen p dot slash, I would say the project name as the environment name as new env python double is equals to 3.12. Let us use the latest Python only. 3.13 is the latest. So, but still let us go with the previous version because all the packages dependencies will be perfectly matched on it. Okay. When you go with a very new repo, might be some packages are deprecated, so you will never get to know that. So it's always better to use one version prior to the new version. Okay. Now we are going to use 3.12 for this particular setup, and why we have created this you all know. This is actually a virtual environment, or you can say a VENV. Why we specifically created this VENV is you are working on different projects on your laptop. You will not be doing only one project, right? You will be having many projects. You will be having multiple data science projects and machine learning projects which you will be working. So you cannot expect that in Python, in all the projects, same libraries will support. In some particular project, there will be different requirement libraries, different versions are required, due to which present that particular project will run, but the dependencies related to the previous project which you have done might get deleted without virtual environment, and if you install everything in your root directory of Python. To overcome that, what researchers have found out and what they have introduced is, specifically you can say, you can directly create using source as well for Python, but we are using Anaconda environment, so I used it. Using Anaconda, right, you can just simply create a virtual environment. So we have created new env as a virtual environment. Now what will happen? Now whatever libraries you will install, whatever dependencies you will install, everything will be saved inside this new env only. So later when you feel that this particular dependency is not required, or this particular venv is not required, you can just directly delete it. All the libraries related to this particular project, all the cache related to this particular project will be deleted and cleared from your laptop very easily. And this will, in short, this will save your laptop space, and also this will also help you. If you use venv, it will help your project to stay proper and updated. There will be no internal conflict between different libraries. Okay, so first let us activate it. Conda activate dot slash new env. So we have activated this. Next what we need to do, we need to start with our Python, you can say Django project. For Django, first we need to install it. Pip install Django. Okay, let the Django to be in, start to install. By this time what we can do, I'll open Django documentation for you all. So this is Django's documentation. Okay, so first if you see here, this all are the installation parts and how it is going to work. Everything is mentioned here. So you can just tell here overview and installation. So when you go to installation, here you can start with it. You can see here Django glance, complete installation guide for Windows. Okay, now you can see here Py version and Python venv. Then we have to install Django. Django has been installed. Next, what we need to do, we need to actually start our new project. So for that, what you can do is, so instead of deployment, right, let us go with normal installation. First, Django at glance, install it, design URL, right, on database. Okay. Okay, writing your first app. So this we can say. So once the installation is done, you can see here this particular command, Django admin start project my site and the project name. Okay, this one is, you can switch it to Windows. So for Windows also it is almost same. So it is saying Django tutorial, but we will change that name in some time. So first let us wait for Django to get installed. The only reason Django might install for you all fast and for me slow is because There are many internal operations running in beyond for this particular video. I'm using NVIDIA graphics card a lot, so because of which it's taking some time for the installation. But let it to install, then we will go forward. It is almost done. It's collecting everything. Let it to get installed, then we will go forward. Okay. And in this particular video, right, everything will be like, you can say I'll be using even AI as well. You have Qdo here, which we can use it, Zencoder, and also you have GitHub Copilot here. I'll be using any of them. Like normally when we are writing, if we have any errors, right, we will be using them. You all are in, like you can say, you all are learning right now RAG project. It means that you all are interested in generative AI. In short, when you are interested in generative AI, your role is not only to learn everything from scratch, and without using AI you should not write the code completely. You can write it when you are learning, but when you are in a production level stage, you can actually use it. You can use the AI tools, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, anything. But what code it is making changes, what changes are done by that particular language, or that particular you can say specifically extension which you are using, or agent, what it is trying to change, and how you can refer that, and based on the changes whether it's correct or not, and how can you backtrack it, everything, these things you need to know. Without knowing the logic, you should not use AI tools. That is what I'm trying to tell you. When you know the logical understanding, when you easily can understand what AI is trying to change here, then you can definitely use it, is not a problem. Okay, so now we have installed the Django project. Now let us start our first site. I can say the project site name as RAG. So you can see here now. Okay, it's telling to create. Okay, let's go back and see where is it. We have already created a command here. Then why we need to again make a directory? Quick installation guide. Go version. Okay, by Django admin is correct, right? So Django admin. That is correct command only. Let us check it again. So if there is an issue, then we will see. Create it first. Okay, it's telling to first create a directory, mkdir. Fine, let's create the make directory and let us go back to that only. So first let me select it as Windows command, mkdirect make dir. So I'll go back. So let's clear this first, CLS. And before running this, let me change the project name to rag-prod. Okay, mkdir is done. Now here I would say prod. You can see here it has been updated, it is created now. Inside this you have my site. Okay, so we don't need my site actually here. Let me do this. 1 second, I'll delete this to make it clear. So again I'll go back, and instead of saying my site right here, I'll say it as rag. That's all. Huh. Okay, got it. Make directory is done. Now, okay, rag. Got it. Now it has been added. You can see here. So now what we need to do, cd rag prod, and now clear screen. So since we have done the installation, we have configured it. Now you can see pip Okay, pip Python version. So it's 3.12 Python and pip 25.1. We are using this, so it showed even the Python version. Now let's continue forward. So before we continue forward, right, we can see here we have almost 1k source commits. So it has detected 1k source commits because we did not ignore our VNV. So never ever push your virtual environment to the GitHub, okay? So for that, what you can do is you have to check for the VNV. Is there anywhere VNV? You can specify it anywhere, or else it's not a problem. There is no specific requirement that you should specify at that particular space only. You can also directly specify here as well. Dot slash new env, and now new env. So this is also done. This both are saved, right? Yeah. You can see here now it went. So from 1k commits to it came back to normal. This particular 7 commits, the files which we have created now. Now let us start the project one by one. So yeah, firstly let me go with a reference. Mhm. So inside this we have all this, but we need to start an app as well. So for app, right, what we can do, let us go back and refer the Django again. Here this project is done. Okay. These all are not required. First let us start our app. Write your first app. So for this the command migrations also we can do later, that's not a problem. Where is the command to start an app? uh, in short, let us directly use this only, it will be very easy for us. So I would just go back to this agent and I would ask it. I'll go to ask actually. Django start app command. Okay, so I just asked for it. I do remember the app, start app command, but now I'm not able to remember. You can see our Python manage.py start app and the app name. So we can just copy this, paste it here. Now the app name will be retriever, retrival, retrieval. Okay, you can see here the app retrieval has been started here. So now we are going to use this app only mainly. Okay, this retrieval app only, in which we are going to write the complete code actually. And let us go ahead to start with first admin.py. You don't need, if you see here inside this there is nothing admin.py. No need to change anything in admin.py. Mostly which you need to focus will be your views.py and your models.py, if any changes are there. I'll tell you all what it will be there. So since admin.py is okay and apps.py will have by default this particular configuration. You don't need to touch that. Next we have models.py and views.py. Okay, models.py, views.py. URLs also we need here. Okay, so because the URLs whatever is related to this particular app, we need to maintain it here only. urls.py, and also we will give it a new file utils.py. I'll tell you why I'm creating all these files, utils.py as well. And now let us start one by one. First we will go with views.py, where we need to specifically import some codes and we need to start to write it. So first what we need to do when we are working on QA product, which we were working previously, the main functionality which we need to start with is upload PDF. So upload PDF is what we need to take care of. If you see in settings.py here as well, we have, you can say, secret code has been created and templates is there, and everything is there in short. So you don't need to change mostly anything here. Even the database, by default it is going to use SQLite 3, so we don't need to touch it. Let it to be SQLite 3, because in core product we are going to change for vector database, so we don't need to specifically keep this here. It's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's go back and let us start with first views.py. Let us write the functionality of upload. So to upload a particular product, right, I already have a code. Okay, we are going to directly use that particular code only one by one. I'll just copy the functionality and I'll start to explain you all one by one, because if I sit to write the complete code with you guys, then it will take most of our time. So that's the main reason. So here let me paste it. So these all libraries we need to actually import here one by one. So from forms, upload PDF form. So we need actually forms as well. If you see the first code, what we require is forms.py to be written. So let me just get back to the code and let me upload these libraries one by one first. One, two, this forms one will be an error because we did not create the form. I'll show you how we are going to create. Recursive text splitter, document schema, okay. And we are going to use the library called PDF reader from Py2. Okay, so let's go ahead and import, continue to import. Or we will do one thing like, since I have all the libraries which are required, I'll paste them here and directly I'll explain you one by one what all libraries are required. What all is required, let it to be installed, then I'll tell you like the requirements we need to install for this. I'll tell you what you need to install here. And before that, let us first go and create new file, forms.py. Okay, forms.py. So when it comes to forms.py, here it's a simple functionality here. You can see here from Django import forms, correct? From Django import forms, we are importing it. And after importing the form, simple class PDF upload form, forms.form, and this much big functionality we are not going to write. PDF underscore file equal to forms dot field, and label is equals to select field and required equals to true. Let me close this. Now here the PDF, right, the file, what will be the label, right? It will be upload PDF. That's all. This will be the label of the form. So we have written this. I have enabled actually auto save, so you will see them. And you can see here some libraries are not installed, which is LangChain, Quadrant, Grok. So for this we need to install these libraries. For that, what we will do first, we will create a, let me just check here. Okay, so in rag prod we will create a new file, requirement.txt, and inside requirements.txt we need to import those, or we need to write code for those particular libraries names. So I will just give these names only. So now I'll just run pip install hyphen r requirements.txt, and it will start to install everything. We need all these libraries to be installed so that you will not see the error in views.py. It's okay, let it to install, then we will see how we can go ahead. Okay, by the time this gets installed, right, we are just going to use another folder. We are going to create a new folder called here you can say templates. So okay, templates. So inside templates again we will have two file names, two HTML template files I have. So we need to actually load those files here. So I'll ask underscore question dot html. Okay, ask underscore question dot html, and this is the code for it. So I ultimately used an AI. In short, I asked this one only, like you can say Copilot to write the code, and this is the code which it has written, HTML file code, and it's perfect. Actually, we don't need to change this. So let this to be. You don't need to even understand this also. It's fine. Next, okay, not a folder. New file. Upload dot html. Okay, inside this upload.html as well. So ask question is mainly for users to ask question and get answer. This upload file HTML code, whatever you will be seeing, right? This is mainly for uploading the PDF file. This HTML UI will be there. Okay. And for this templates is fine, and statics. So you need even statics as well for this. So we will create a new folder, static. So inside static we have a new folder again. Yeah, new folder CSS, and inside this folder now we will have a new file called styles styles.css. Okay, so when it comes to styles.css, just you need to, this is CSS is nothing but in short for coloring, giving the colors and the styling layouts for your HTML templates. We use this. So these both are done. Now these both we have updated it here, and this is still installing, so LangChain Grok will take some time. By the time, let's just go and have a look at our settings.py once. So if there is any template related changes which we need to do in our settings.py, so we can do it. So let me open rag settings.py. So here the first thing what we need to do is, in installed app you need to also mention retriever. Okay, so retriever is there, Django extension is not required, that's fine. Middleware you can ignore it for now. rags.urls is fine. And templates, when it comes to templates, is there any changes? So you need to check for it. True processor debug. Okay, so in the context, right, we need to here also add one more thing called as yeah, django.contextprocessor.debug. And after this we have rag.wsgi, server is fine, wsgi default settings config, everything is looks, it looks mostly fine, so we don't need of any changes moreover on this. So we have included everything. And next, okay, still it's taking some time. By the time this all gets installed, let us go with our urls.py. Let us start to define the URLs. It's better for us. URLs and models.py as well. So when it comes to urls.py, we need to start here from, yeah, from Django.urls import path. Include is not required for this particular code. And from this particular folder, import views. And now URL path. So number one, it's perfect. So URL path is equals to, you have upload. So let us give it upload underscore PDF. File name will be upload PDF. So same slash. So this is only for upload functionality, and let's go ahead with our models.py for upload. So models.py, right? Those who all don't know what is models.py, whatever you will be writing in models.py, right, that is directly interconnected with your database. So whatever columns, fields, everything you will be creating here, it will be created at the background in your database directly. You don't need to separately write database related code. If you write it in Python itself, in Django itself, in short in models.py, every columns, fields, everything will be taken care by Django only. Now for this, right, here we need to go ahead with uploads, right? So Django DB class upload PDF. Okay, uploaded PDF, and insert this models dot model. Okay, M should be capital. Okay, now inside this the code file. Let me directly copy this, and also I'm giving you all the comments as well so that it will be easy for you to check out later. So this is the file. So first what we have created here, this is the class for creating upload PDF in your database, in your SQLite database, where you have file is equals to models dot file field upload to upload slash upload is the extension, and here you can see here help text please upload PDF file uploaded by the user, and uploaded it you have models dot datetime field auto now add true. So timestamps for it, name is equals to the file name, like what is the file name which you have uploaded. In short, only these three fields we are going to use now. So after this we have, okay, so we have mostly everything done right now. We need this to be installed. So it's still taking some time. Let me just pause down till the installation is done. Then we can go ahead. Okay, so the installation was also done. Let me just close the Copilot. Now let me just bring this one down as well. Now if you see, all the installations are mostly done. So yeah, PyPDF2 it is asking to install. I hope we have missed that in requirements.txt. Let us see pip install PyPDF2. Yes, so we have missed it. That's the reason you're getting highlighted here. These are some extensions which I have downloaded, Python extensions, which can immediately figure out, which can lead to an error. So you can see here when the library was installed, you don't have it. So let me just mention that in requirements.txt, or at last, or else let us do just pip chill. It will also work. That's not a problem. Let's go ahead. So first what I have done here, I have created home functionality, and for home I am rendering the home.html page. Okay, and that has been redirected to upload. So this particular small functionality I wrote. And for grok, right, we are going to use .env, so we need to create .env here. So for .env, what we'll do is we'll create here new file .env, and inside .env we need to add our API keys. So let me just search for my API keys. What all API keys we need to add, I'll tell you. Okay, so these are some of the keys which we need to add, out of which we have grok API key. This is my grok API key. I'll delete this after this particular video, so I don't need to worry. And this is my quadrant API key and API URL. Okay, so I hope those who have followed up me in our previous video, those who have saw my previous video, they all know what is this quadrant API key and quadrant URL. If you don't know, it's not a problem, we will just check for it again. And before we move forward, right now what we need to do is, and we are left out a migration, so we need to start to migrate. First let us see our views.py. In views.py I wrote a simple functionality here. You can see upload PDF and global vector search, and if the method double equal to post method, this is on post API, so upload form, and upload PDF is equals to request.files PDF file and document. Then we wrote a try functionality to process the data. PDF reader is equals to PDF reader upload file, and with the help of this we are continuing to write if text inside the if functionality docs, then it contains page content, then that is text inside that particular document, then you are appending it to docs variable. A simple functionality that is nothing but we are just loading out our pages. So whatever pages content are there, we are extracting that, we are processing and extracting it here. Else we are telling it to throw an error, some error, we could not extract the PDF. Then text splitter, recursive text characters text splitter, we are using the functionality of LangChain, so which will split the text and remove all this like separators, and chunk size we gave here 1000, and chunk overlap we can give it here 150 as well. If same words are there, it will just create an overlap. Okay, and it will also print that the text chunks are completed. Then embeddings, we are going to use fast embeddings here. So fast embeddings, why? Because fast embeddings was actually released by Quadrant company only. Fast embeddings is fast for their vector database in short, so we are using it. And os.env, the API key of Quadrant key and URL, we are using it here. And there you can see here collection. So what is the collection name we need to give? It is asking for us to give the collection name. So collection name we are going to give it as something like, I have a constitution book, I'm planning to upload that. So constitution will be my collection name, and URL is equals to quadrant URL. Then you can start to ask question, it will be redirected to ask question. So rendering, now first let us do what you can say, like let us start to do migration. Python manage.py make migrations. So if there is any error, we can actually, yeah, so there is no error. Now let us run it again. Python manage.py migrate. If there is any error, we need to sort it out actually. Okay. Okay. So there is no error actually. So every models.py was perfect. So it was able to create. But still one error which I do remember we will get, one error is urls.py in our core settings. So here we need to also add include, and for include here we need to say it path retriever from, oh sorry, okay, include retriever URLs, only that's enough. Okay, So inside retriever, what all are there? We need to include them, right? So we are just giving it here. That's fine. That's okay. And now once let us before we can start the app, right, we need to actually activate the quadrant back. So let me go back and open Quadrant Vector Database. So Quadrant dashboard. Continue to sign in. So in sign in, right, actually it has been long time we haven't used Quadrant. I guess the cluster has been expired. If the cluster has been expired, then we need to suspend it. Yeah, we need to delete it or reactivate it. So we can reactivate it instant because we already have the keys of this particular cluster. So we don't need to delete it. I do hope so. Or if you're for first time, then what we can do, I'll just show you all how you can delete this cluster and how we can delete and QA bot was the name I gave it. Delete all, delete. Cluster has been deleted successfully. Now we need to create a new cluster. If you're going to create a new cluster, see here, you have to give here name. I'll give it the same name, QA bot prod. Okay, so it will have one node and disk space of 4 GB, 1 GB RAM, and 0.5 GB, 0.5 vCPU. Okay, so let's create the cluster. This is free, actually free account. So it's creating the API key for us. Let us copy this API key. Once the API key has been you can say like closed, then you cannot revoke it back. So let's go back. I'll go to .env and I'll change the API key here from this to the new key which we have. So this will be our API key name. And you can see here the MB of data which is available and what it has used. So now you can just click on cluster UI. You can open the UI dashboard as well. So when you click on dashboard, you need to provide your API key for the first time to access the UI. You can see here there is nothing here. Now what we need to do, we need to copy the endpoint. Okay, this is the endpoint URL. Let's copy this endpoint URL and let's go back here and paste our endpoint URL as well. These both are required for us. So this is the endpoint URL, and now I guess we can start to test it out. Python manage.py server, run server. So it's performing, it's just checking the system checks, then it will go ahead. Okay, it's running. You can open this URL. So you can see here it is asking to use slash retriever. Okay, I'll copy this slash retrieval slash home. Okay, so it's upload. Okay, slash retriever slash okay, what it is telling, there is nothing matches. Ask question. So relate to ask question, we have the error here. Ask question code. So let's go back and get this sorted in our views.py. So here, where is the issue actually we are getting? I guess in redirection. Grok API key, we have the URLs as well. So fast embeddings. Okay, ask question UI it is expecting. So here we have right ask question.html redirected to ask question. Okay, so let us see. You can see our ask question was not found. It's not a valid function or pattern here, where it is saying there is an issue here with ask question. Let us see why we are getting so. Okay, it is because like we haven't written the ask underscore question functionality, so it is not able to redirect ahead. So let us add the ask question functionality as well, and let us continue to write the code. At last we will start to test it. In short, ask question is nothing but you can say the code for asking questions like query and getting answer for it. So this is the code for it. If you see here, def ask question request, and this is also again post method. And when it's a post method, I'll just stop the server. So post method, and if query related to query the collection name, whether it is in quadrant, it will check. It will validate with quadrant URL. Then session data collection name it will start to give, and the URL. Then based on the question, no PDF has been uploaded. If you don't give a PDF, it will say that no PDF has been uploaded. Only once the PDF is uploaded, you will get this UI. And quadrant API key you will be having here. Embeddings we are going to directly use fast embeddings which we have imported. So you can see if you just hover on it, you can see what model we are using. BG small. And quadrant client we are going to use quadrant API key. Prefer gRPC true. Vector store is equals to quadrant, client is equals to quadrant client, collection name is equals to collection name, the name which we have given here, which we should change actually right now. I'll just make sure that we change that. So this collection name, I guess we have hard coded here at the up somewhere. Collection name, yeah, here sample trans test. So we need to change this actually. We need to take it like the collection name should be taken based on the upload PDF name. Okay, and return request rendering and models.py. Let us go back to models.py, and about this ask query, right, we need to add the code which is left out for this. Let us start to add it as well. So this is the code user query response created at and PDF foreign keys and cascading PDF related queries, which PDF it is going to use. So you can see a timestamps and everything will be there. This is the code simply to add that up. So okay, let us start to do make migrations again, and let us go to our urls.py. Here we need to make the change. Actually we need to add the path here to ask a question. Okay, this is done. Fine, now let's do migration here. Migrate. Okay, so this is an external code, I mean extra code which we have added, and based on that we have migrated it. Path will be here to ask forward slash. So it will be views.py ask question functionality, and name is equals to ask question only. So it's perfect. Okay, now let us again rerun the server and see. Python manage.py run server. So okay, It is starting to load right now. Okay, now let's go back and reload this. Okay, you got the code here. You can see here you got it as well. Now you can start to upload the file. Any file which is very small and easy to understand, work on it. So let me see some document which we have. We can use it. Machine learning, transformer based model, no. AI versus ML PDF. Okay, so let me just see this once, which is very small. We need to upload the file. Okay, if you guys remember, right, previously I created a computer vision roadmap, complete computer vision roadmap, which consists of 10 pages. So we will just upload this one. I'll just click on this first. I'll go back to my documents, computer vision roadmap, upload. Error, we got an error. So what's the error? Let us go back and see. Post is done, but still we got an error at the front end. So what is the error actually? Okay, go to ask questions. No. Okay, so it's telling there is some error. Let's go back and try it again. Upload PDF. So upload PDF has some error. Why this error is coming? Reverse for upload not found. Upload is not a valid function. Sorry. Okay, got it. Why we are getting this? So let me just get this sorted. We will directly use our copilot only for this. I'll convert this to agent. I'll update it and I'll tell it to I'll provide my complete folder structure only. So it's rag prod and I'll tell it to find why I'm getting this error. I'm just showing you all how you can use it in short, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to use it everywhere, but you have to even be careful when you're using these models, and you have to even be careful when you're writing logic. It's always important to understand the core logic what you're writing here. It's fine, like you can use AI tools and you can use their code and everything, but still you have to make sure that it's used. Okay, so the name of the URL is upload URL and not upload in. So how to fix it is just telling to add upload underscore PDF. Okay, make change. So this is GitHub Copilot latest feature actually. It has introduced the agent. So if we tell it to just make change, it will automatically go and make change in that particular project actually where it is. So it's in some HTML file, it is making changes there. You can see here in ask question.html it is making change. So we can see once the change is done what changes it has made. Okay, you can install the Copilot extension. You can see a simple. Instead of upload, we need to put upload PDF here. So I'll just tell it to keep, and yeah, let us see if this will rerun. This is not rerunning, so let me just close and let me start the server again. Hmm. It's taking time to get loaded. Yeah, load has been done. Now let's see again. I'll upload the file. Computer vision roadmap. Upload. Again we are getting some error. What is the error? It is saying uploaded, but why we are getting error here? Page we are getting this error. Fine, let us go back to ask question. Let me go to Quadrant and see if in Quadrant we have the PDF been uploaded. No. So there was some error actually. Let me click on upload. What the error is, we are not able to find it here. We'll go back and see with this. So just to check and change the code, it will it will start to review the code for you. So it found some match and it is making changes in that. Then why we were getting some error actually? So is there an issue why we are getting an error? Static files. Let me just have a look on it. Why we are getting this error? Okay, so guys, there were actually two issues because of which we were getting all these errors. I just had a look into it, so I just sorted it out. The main first issue because of which we were getting this error was, so in the root urls.py, right, settings.py, here I did not add the empty path for redirect, home redirect, and upload underscore pdf will be the name of the functionality, and this static collection underscore statics is there. So there is actually a, let me just check, let me just show you guys. Yeah, this is the command actually which we use normally, collecting static. So collect static, so this, when I ran, I got all those statics here for admin, css and everything, static files. So this was been added, and after this, let me remove this. So whatever small changes were there, minor changes and everything, I removed that. So grok API key, now I'm directly calling from my .env only. I thought it was mainly because of the terminal issue. So there was previously, right, when I was working on some project, there was a terminal issue where I required to use this set command. So normally in your Linux PC, or if you're using grok, not grok, right, this one, git terminal. If you are using git terminal, then you can use env space and you can set this quadrant url. But when it comes to this, right here, we don't have any other option, but like when .env was not supporting to me in my laptop, there was a small issue. Because of that, I used to use this set command. So if you face some issue related to URLs, right, you can try this out. Set space quadrant URL is equals to, and the URL, and grok API URL key is equals to grok API URL key. You can go in that particular point of way. So when you do that, and now, so I have done it and it's done. So you can just check it here. Now it's working. So what I'll do once this starts, I'll show you all how it is, how the UI will be. So since we are not an experts, right, in UI, I did not design any, you can say like fancy UI or something. So I just slash upload. Okay. So here in the upload, right, I'll just directly upload it, any files which I have with me. So previously we were uploading, right, we can use the same computer vision roadmap, upload. Okay, I guess the error was because this is an PPT with images and everything. That is why it was not able to take as well. Let us try with some other file. So I'll go back. I'll see what are the different files we have. So let me go to my main folder collections where I have some of the files. Inside notebook, I have, okay, Jamba research paper. I have this research paper. Let us try to upload this paper only. If you see here, the operations are getting performed, text splitting done, embedding sorted, and after this, so the PDF file, if it has some images and everything, still that can work, but here you will be having some extra work to add, like allow end for text is equals to, there will be a command here which you need to add, a simple thing, and still some more splitters we need to add so that it can start to work. Now I'm not going to complicate that. This simple code is fine. So once you have this code working, then you can start to do trial and error. It is not a problem. So you can see again it became 151 because we didn't ignore the static files. So we will just ignore static files once this embedding stored, it's done. So it is still uploading actually. Let me go back to this UI and check. Okay, so it came to the question, and yeah, here also it has successfully updated. Now let me see, like it was a research paper, Jamba research paper. Summarize the research paper. You can see here, the research paper presents an evaluation of long context question answering QA model called Jamba. The model is compared with another models called Mixtral and various long context QA benchmarks. And about it, the methodology, long FQA and CUAD, yeah, native QA and natural questions, NQ, yes, friction. So these are some of the methods and their benchmarks and key findings of it. After that, you have the conclusion. So the conclusion, the paper concludes the Jamba is competitive model for long context QA tasks. So this I was actually testing with. So I asked a question. So you can also ask like, what is Jamba? It will answer you what is Jamba. I'll just explain you about the ask functionality, which I haven't. Jamba, a novel hybrid transformer Mamba architecture for large language models. Yes, it is actually a combination of Mamba architecture and transformer architecture. Both are different architectures to understand. So both has some limitations, right? To overcome those limitations, Jamba is mixture of expert model, a combination of both the models. Okay, you can read about this in detail. Okay, so now let's go back. I'll start to explain the functionalities to you guys. Before that, the static files should not be stored. So let us give static files. Static files, yeah. I guess now, yeah, now the ignore is proper. You can see the ignore doesn't have any static files. Perfect. So let's go back. I'll show you the views.py and I'll explain you guys immediately about it. So Ask question. So ask question functionality, what we did here, we took the same collection name which was in the session, and based on that particular collection name, right, that we have given to this. So the collection name, actually we have set it by default as simple trans test, so we are using that same collection only here in short, and quadrant URL to validate. Then no PDF parsed error will be there. If PDF is there, no problem, then it will use the fast embeddings and quadrant API key. Then you can see here, create quadrant client. If it doesn't exist, it will create vector store, it will store the embeddings, and prompt here, based on the following context, provide a comprehensive and well structured answer for the questions. So what should be the prompt and the format, how it should be. Use bullet points for lists, use numbered lists for sequential information, use bold for important points, use proper headlines for hashtags. So everything this logically we wrote it here on the prompt, we have defined them, and after defining them we went to the QA chain. So here we call the retriever QA chain, and from chain type, then LLM is equals to LLM, and quadrant is equals to vector store as retriever, and chain type stuff. Then we also told chain type KWRGS prompt we told you to take, and query, based on the query you will get the answer. So print statements, right, we don't need them. We can remove this print statement right now. Since we are getting answer, right, we don't need the print statements. Wherever we have print statements, we can remove them. Okay, this can be there. Actually, in what you can say, like when we are using for production, right, we shouldn't use print. We should instead use log. We need to log them. We shouldn't print them. But since you all are learning production code for first time, it is fine. They can keep the print statement. It's not a problem. Now let us start to Dockerize this. Okay, to Dockerize this, what we will do? I'll just open the Docker hub. Okay, Docker. So Docker desktop. Let me open it. So when I open Docker desktop, it will start to run the background. Or instead of opening as a Docker desktop here, right? Let us directly run it on the server itself. So that will be easy for us as well. We don't need to open the Docker desktop. So just let it open, else we will see later. So I'll open a new tab here. We need to write a Docker file for this. So for Docker file, what I'll do is I'll click on add context, file folder, drag prod. So I'll just tell it to write a Docker file for this particular project. So it will check, it will refer, and it will start to write a Docker file. Docker desktop is opening now. Actually, we can close this. Yeah. So yeah. So make sure you have to create a Docker file in Django using Quadrant. Use the suitable. So we are using agent only, right? Okay, I told it to create and add the file. Let us see. So where it has created a Docker file. So below git ignore, inside drag prod, where we have. Okay. So it has created it outside. So if you see, I guess we'll get an error if we run this, if I'm not wrong. Let us see. First we will give a try for this, and here we need to use set. Okay, env. So inside env we need to set the .env code, whatever we have, right? So we need to set it inside this, or we shouldn't set it here because your GitHub will get it exposed. So if we set now, the GitHub will get this env files exposed. So what we can do is, let me see. So everything here you need to copy, and Kunikon rag prod server. So where is this file actually running? Let me just test it from there. So where is the file actually? It is outside rag prod in QA prod. So let me just give it a try. Gunicon need to be installed. So let us install Gunicon, and after this, let me just see the command once. Okay, so instead of Gunicon, right, we need to use. Okay, let us see. Like first, let us try with Gunicon, and if Gunicon is not working, then we will use Uicon worker. Pip install. So since it's first time, right, we need to install all these libraries, and I'll make sure we again do pip chill once these all are done. So once Kunikon is working, okay, pip install uvicon uvi, okay, uvicon. If the server is running properly, that is enough. Then we will get clarity that it can run from outside. That I want to test, because I have a confusion whether we need to move Docker file inside rag prod or we can leave it here. That is the reason I wanted to test it. Mm-hmm. cd rag prod. Now here, no module named rag underscore prod. Okay. Okay, I guess I ran something different here. Rag hyphen prod. So inside rag hyphen prod we have ASGI server and WSGI server. I guess the Docker file should be inside rag prod. Hmm. No, okay, it came inside. Now, yeah, it is using rag.wsgi. Now let us see. Oh, okay. It should come like this. Now the server is running. So now we can set it. So yeah, that's all perfect. So we can keep this. Let me tell you to keep it. Keep. Okay, close this. So since we have major updates done, we have major code done. So we can push all this code. QA bot completed. So QA bot completed. Commit push. This is done. Actually, you can like you can say like Dockerize this in locally only. But my local Docker, if I try, I'll definitely get the system will get crashed because I'm using GPU everywhere. So at the backend, everywhere the GPU has been used, and my system cannot handle it directly. Fine. So within the time this gets, so let me open my AWS. Okay, I started my. Okay, I can launch my instance here. So I'll just click on launch instance. So in AWS EC2, I'm opening EC2. We can even, like you can say in short, Dockerize it and tag that as an ECS instance, and later we can run it with app runner. But when it comes to the core production or when you're working on production, right, you cannot use app runner, right, for an heavy lifting application. So it's better like I'll directly show you how you can easily run this particular code, and it will be very helpful for you all as well. So I'll tell it. So we can use QA bot will be the name, and we will use Ubuntu for this Ubuntu image, and for Ubuntu image we will use T2 micro free instance only. Key value pair, so if you have any key value pair you can select that, or you can create one. So we will keep it key value pair name QA. I'll give it QA and we will tell it to create. So I guess my Docker is stopped at the backend. Yeah, it is stopped. Okay, it's telling to save, so I'll tell you to download it here. So let us use T2 micro based one only. Allow HTTPS traffic and allow HTTP traffic as well. So storage 8 GB mostly enough, and yeah, free tier eligibility is there. Then let us launch the instance. So instead of keeping it 8 GB, right, I'll however delete this. So I'll just keep it to 20 GB, and let us like launch the instance. Before that, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, we can on launch the instance, and if you go back and see our code, right? So we created the QA prod project, right? If you see, if we reload this, so previously it was nothing. Now, okay, there is a small issue which we didn't solve actually. So let's solve that as well. Hmm. So its rag prod is there, and the Docker file is inside this. Oh, it's inside this as well. So outside Docker file, we don't require it then. We have a Docker file here as well and here as well. So let us delete this Docker file, number one. And number two is requirements.txt. We forgot about requirements.txt and we need a proper requirements.txt. So pip chill requirements.txt command. We will search for this. So first we need to install this library pip chill. So yeah. Pip install pip chill. Okay, let this to get installed, and command to run this. Let me open this fastly. Okay, pip chill will be installed. Then what is the command for requirements.txt? It is just pip chill. According to me, greater symbol will come. Then requirements.txt. That's all. Okay. Yeah. That's all. Pip chill and greater than symbol and requirements.txt. That will only come normally. I got it. So we'll give a try. If it is an error, then we will see. Pip chill and greater than symbol. Q.txt. So we have anything inside this. Yeah, so we have all the codes whichever was installed, Gunicon, everything came, Ubicon. So let me just copy this, paste it inside this. So fast embed, everything is there. Now let me just delete this. Okay, and Docker file which we are using is 3.12 official, perfect. Now final requirements updated, push. Let's go to Sun, so do not close this while loading. Okay, the instance has been launched. So now we can click on this. This will open the instance. Let the instance to load. I'll tell you guys what need to be done next. So there is a small cold and cough issue with me. So if there is something like that, if you're hearing something, so just make sure that it is because of my health issue only. Okay, so let me just open this. Yeah, so now the instance will get connected. Let us clone the repo now. So since we have it here, so we have updated it. Three commits were done. So I'll copy the repo link. I'll come here, git clone requirements.txt Python. Yeah, yes. Correct rights. So it is asking for the correct rights. Okay. So it's public repo, right? Anyone can clone it. I don't know why. Is it private repo by any chance? No, right? It's public repo. Still, we aren't able to clone this. Fine, that's not a big deal. So let me just open ChatGPT here only. So we can directly ask it here. Now your task 1. Wait, I guess it will be solved using this one. Let me give a try with this. If it didn't, then we need to, actually there is a key option. We need to use that key and set. But let us see with HTTPS will it get solved. If it gets solved with HTTPS, then it will be easy for us. Git clone. So paste the repo, enter. Yeah. So ls. Super. So we have a project, so we don't need to specifically set any key here. So first one you can remove. Ubuntu commands to all packages. Okay. So let us use all these commands first. We need to actually install them. Git is already been solved. So we don't need to specifically care about get, it's fine. Now, yeah. So for Docker installation, it is expecting some sudo commands to be installed. Let us do that. Okay, only these things if we do, then we can easily start or work on it. So it will take some time, let it to complete. By that time, right, I'll just Docker compose is not needed. We will only use Docker container. That's fine. I'll just bring this towards this side so you can see this instance. And yeah, obviously I'm using ChatGPT for this commands, and even you can use it. There is no rule that you have to remember all the commands. I hope everyone can understand this as well. So those who are thinking like I'm using ChatGPT, for you guys I'm telling. So we can use ChatGPT only till you know the things properly. When you know the things properly, you don't need to get like you don't have any rule that you shouldn't use ChatGPT. You can use any AI tools as a data scientist or as an AI engineer or any software developer. You can use any AI tools, but your task should be completed with proper, you can say, with proper progress, productivity, and mainly security as well. You need to follow, make sure that you follow all the security precautions. You don't provide any internal details out. Okay, that is only one thing which you need to remove. Remember, public key is not available. No public key. Okay, so let us see. That's not a problem, I guess. If there is a problem, then we will think of it. Okay, it's telling container IO and public key is not available. Let me give it to GPT. What it will see. Let us say. Okay, so it's telling to remove the old version and use some new GPA key again. So yeah. Because GPT is which I have is not an upgraded version and I don't need it as well. So sometimes it might answer the faulty answers. So just bear with me. Let me paste this here. Enter. Now sudo docker update. Sudo update. Now we need to install docker CLI and container IO. So let us install them. Once these are done, now we can verify the docker version. Docker version. Okay, Docker is running. Let us start the Docker now and let us system CLI enable the Docker, system CTL enable Docker. It's been enabled. Now synchronized state, it is running. So now let us actually dive in and build Docker image. Before that, cd QA I guess, what is the name we gave it? cd QA cd rag prod ls. So we have here nano docker file. So inside this here at we need to add three more env space, and you should actually get this doubt that when we are having here in .env we are not allowed to push .env and the secret codes. Then how you can add it? So one thing is you have to either save it in some secret manager and show it, or when you are building a docker image, right, you can give it like this. Here you can use this env and you can provide it like this, then it will work actually. And env again, let me go back and let me copy this. So now this will be loaded in real time to that, so that will not be an issue. Now it should work. So since we have Docker file here only, let us build the image. Let me ask the commands. So this, instead of my image, I'll give it QA and dot permission. Okay, I got it. You need to use sudo. Okay, sudo docker build. Let us see if there is any error, then we can sort it out here. Or the image will successfully get installed. It's just installing the essential packages actually. Mhm. I guess we need to allow the inbound and outbound IP addresses. That will be an issue. I'll show you all how you can allow that, and after that it will start to work. Once let us build the image, then I'll tell you how you can do that. Mhm. It's still in the second, you can say, second stage only. There are total 6 stages which need to be done. Pip install, upgrade pip, requirements.txt has been installed. Okay, it's getting installed, everything. So once this is done, then you can see that the Gunicon will start to run without any problem. Mhm. Actually, so only I like to use UV, but for this particular project, I already built it using pip, so I'm using it pip. So next time we will try to use UV. Those who don't know UV, right, you can refer out my previous videos where I explained about what is UV, UV sync, UV lock, which is more fast. You can say 10 times more faster than pip, and you will be having track of everything, what all libraries you are using. Okay, it's done, I guess. It's still taking some time. It's 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, you can see it started to export. Copying of the app is done. Requirements.txt done. Exporting has been done here. Once the image has been exported, then we can start with spinning up the container. I know this video is a pretty long, and also I did not even edit anything in between. But still, bear with me until you complete this project. You will be like, you can later modify everything accordingly. and you can use accordingly. I'm trying to help you all out with how you can actually build a production level project. Okay. So actually, I even told that we'll be using Oracle, which is free, but yet I thought, okay, it's not a problem. Let us go with this only. AWS, it's user friendly for you all. So I left the Oracle in between. So these are some warnings. You can ignore these warnings, no problem. Sudo docker images. When you search for it, you can see the image which we have created. You can see it here. Now let me paste my command here, and here we need to change the image name to QA and container name to AI bot. So I'm giving the container name as AI bot sudo enter. Now container is spin up sudo docker logs AI bot. You can see that it is working actually. So now what we can do, we can just copy this public address. So let me just go back to the instance. This is my public address. I'll copy it here, paste colon 8000. Hopefully if there is no permission issue, then it should work. If there is any permission issue, I guess we need to set the inbound and outbound rules. So let me go down. By the way it is loading only, we'll get to know that there is an issue. So click on securities, and inside this go for the security group which you're using. And inside this security group, right, you can see the inbound rules which we have 8433 and SSH. So just edit this and add a new role, custom TCP, okay, and give it 8000 port, and it is allowed from everywhere. Save it. Outbound rules, edit. Outbound rules is having all, but still custom TCP, I'll add it 8000, and it will start from allow. It is also allowed from anywhere. Now let us go back. Let us retry. Okay, you can see now it is coming. Slash upload, enter. HTTP host header invalid. You might need to add to allow. Okay, this is an issue actually. I got it. So that actually we need to allow this host. Due to disallowance of the host, also will get the error. In settings.py, you need to allow the host. Let me go back. So the agent will do it. I'll just give it. Okay, it was changing. It is actually allowing every host, I guess. Now, if you see, okay, let us say to keep. Okay, so instead of actually, what you can say, like again pushing, it's not a best practice, but yet fine, or else let us do this only. So you will also get idea. Allowed host, commit push, yes. By the time this synchronization is done, let us go back. So now we need to stop this sudo docker stop AI bot, sudo docker remove this AI bot container as well. So we don't need this. And what we need to do is git stash. So what is git stash? Those who all don't know, git stash is nothing but like if you have made any local changes, right, those changes should not go away. So we just stash it. Now again git full origin main git stash apply. So you can see our Docker file, we got it back. Now we need to again build the image to effectively get this applied. Okay, and now we need to again spin up the container. Now let us go and see again. Now it should allow. Yes, you can see here it is allowed. Now let us try with this. Before this, we already used that particular, you can say like Quadrant database with that particular name, right? It consists of some collections already. Let us delete this DB here, so it can again create it. Minimize, choose file. So the file we need to use is desktop generative AI project bot notebooks. So I have Jamba only. We'll use Jamba only. Upload. So it is starting to upload at the back end most probably. Let us refresh this and see. No collections. Might be if there is any error, we'll get to know. But still, if it is installing something at the back end, we should be able to see it, I guess. Okay, let us go and see again the logs of it. So we get it, logs. Fetched files, async IO, failed to obtain server version, unable to check client server. Skipping this. So why we got this quadrant client issue? So let me just go back and ask it in server issue. For upload, right? I guess the warning should be still removed. It was just a warning, I guess. Not wrong. No, that did not work. Mm-hmm. Warning. Why? Why specifically we are getting this error? Mm-hmm. If it isn't a critical error, then it should allow, right? Why it's not allowing? Let us again try. Upload. Jamba. Upload. Okay. Still, I see that there might be an issue. Yes. Okay, let us tell it to add. No quadrant issue sort. And see that it is able to automatically search and change everything. Okay, views.py, so it's reading the views.py, so it's applying edits on it. Where is views.py? So yeah, in this, okay, check compatibility. Okay, keep it. Solved issue, push, synchronization will automatically be done. I think. Okay, let us go back. Now again, stop this container. rm remove git stash git pull origin main git stash apply sudo docker build. So it got the changes. Yes, okay, fine. Now let us again run. I hopefully this time the error should be solved. Okay, run it again, continue. Choose file, Jamba, upload. Come on, what happened again? This is the issue. Embeddings stored. It is saying embedding stored, but here I don't see anything like that. Collection name. Is it some issue? Actually, I don't understand. It says embedding stored, but yet collection name can't be seen here. Why? Let us try to ask question and see if it has stored the embeddings somewhere else. PDF hasn't uploaded, but still it is saying the embeddings has been stored. Jamba upload. I guess there is some issue with the internal server at the back end. Let me check it. Okay, I tried it multiple times, guys, but I don't know why from AWS it is not able to take. It is saying that DNS failed. I gave all the security ports and everything. I tried it, but yet the Docker container is working locally. I don't know why. What is the exact issue of this? So I'll have a look and let us see if this, if I find any solution, I'll add it, or you can check it. It is not any code related issue from our side, or it is not any code related issue in front end or back end. It is actually Quadrant DNS issue. I don't know why they are not allowing from AWS. So yeah, I have checked everything. You can see here even we have the Quadrant API key. I thought that API key is not been loaded or Quadrant URL, but it is showing that embeddings are stored. But still, if I go back and if I refresh here, I don't see any update here. I tried everything, so it is not actually accepting the DNS, I guess. I don't know why. because another reason might be that we are also using HTTP. Okay, it's not HTTPS server, so that might be the issue. But I am just showing you all how you can deploy it. Now, yeah, it's not a problem. We will see. You all can give a try on this in the same way. If it works for you guys, it will be great. But now let us delete this instance. I'll show you all how you can delete it before we close the video so that you don't get any billing. Yes, it is free tab, but yet it's better to delete this. So I'll just select this instance and select instance state and just terminate. And click on terminate. This should immediately start to delete everything. Okay, initiated termination successfully. So it's terminating most probably. So the termination is on a process. It will take some time, and yeah, you can see that it's shutting down, and it will automatically be closed. So this will also not work, and everything will not work actually. You can Ramsey just terminate here, and the cloud resources will automatically be deleted which are attached to it. Okay. I hope you all got it. At least you all learned how to build a production level application end to end at your, you can say in your local code, how you can write the APIs. You have learned that. Let us see if we can plan any other project, next project. I'll try to do it with the help of next project and we will try to solve it. Okay. I hope you all like this particular video. So do like, share and subscribe the channel. Meet you all again in my next video. Bye bye.